Hello, fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at the Evercool DC fan EC12025H12BP. But we've got not one, but two. These are, for all intents and purposes, nearly identical according to the specs on the back. But in reality, they are not the same. Physically, the frames are different. And when we do the listening test, you will notice a difference in both the sound as well as the pressure. So let's get to it. So first of all, both of these fans come with a connector so you can power the fans through your power supply if you want to. This one has a 3-pin 2-wire to the Molex D. The Molex D actually has 4 pins, but only 2 of the pins are being used, so that's kind of a waste, but whatever. And then this other one has a 3-pin 2-wire connector going to a double Molex. This is a male and a female. This is actually male-female combined, so they're essentially the same. Just this one you get a little bit extra wiring, which can be beneficial if you want to do some daisy chaining. It's a little bit easier. If they're separated far enough away, better have this one. Now, when I bought these, I didn't realize they were the same. And then I got them and I thought they were the same because they have the same specs. But then I started looking at them and I realized, no, they're not the same. So I'm going to show you this one. We'll call this the ring fan. And that's only because if you look around the edges of the ring here, there's actually a ridge that if you look, that you should be able to see. Let me see if I can turn the fan a little bit more to help you see that. Maybe. Hold on a second. All right. So I adjusted that. So hopefully now you can see that there is a ring running around the edge of the inside of the fan frame. Hopefully you can see that. So we'll call this the ringed fan. And this one we'll call the ringless fan because it doesn't have that ridge sticking out. So let me show you side by side what I mean in terms of the difference. There's the ringless, and there's the ringed and ringless. It's kind of hard to see the difference sometimes, especially if you're not right here with me. But this one is the ringed, and this one is the ringless. Okay. Now, also, I want you to look at the blades. The blades are not actually perfectly the same. And this is going to be kind of hard for you to see, but this is the ringed fan. And if you look, you can see there appears to be some beveling on the trailing edge of the blade there that is fairly significant. Whereas with the ringless, on the trailing edge of the blade, there's very little beveling at all. So let's put those side by side so you can hopefully observe that difference. So the ringed one is this one here, and you can see the trailing edge beveling very clearly, but it's very minimal on the ringless one, which is right here. Now another difference is if you look at the 4 arms of the hubs, you'll notice that the ringless fan here has got flat hub arms, and the ringed fan has got rounded hub arms. Now, let me just show you what I mean. Hopefully you can see that is rounded, and this is flat. Okay. What else is different about these? Well, not important. But if you look at the hubs on this side, you'll see that I switched them around, sorry. You'll see that the one that is ringless actually has a dot right there, whereas the ringed one does not have that dot. Now, I'm sure that's not important. It's probably just an injection molding artifact, but it's there. And other than that, There are other differences that are also quite minor, such as the sides. So if you look at the ringed one, which is over here, oops, you will see that the shape of that one and the ringless one, which is this one here, do not look the same. You can see that the middle part there is different. This is a symmetrical or an asymmetrical shape, and this is a symmetrical shape going from, this side, one side to the other side. So you're thinking, well, so what? What difference does it make? Mostly it doesn't make a difference, but it suggests that these fans, although they have the same specifications, may not actually have the same specifications in reality. Now, these are both PWM fans, and the wiring looks physically like they use the same kind of cable. But so what's different? Well, that is a really good question, and the only way to try and figure that out is to test these out. Now, there is one other very tiny difference, and I honestly am not sure if it makes any difference whatsoever. But this one has stamped on it, on the hub sticker, the number 4122, and this one has the number 0166. Now, I don't know if that's like a serial number, or if that indicates what the difference is between the fans. Like maybe each number has a designation for it. Like maybe 0 is flat arms and 4 is rounded arms or something like that. There's really no way for me to say. Another tiny difference between these is this one has tabs along this arm to retain the cabling, and this one, oops, wrong side. This one does not have tabs. Very, very minor differences. I think that having tabs is better than not having tabs. So let's go ahead and see which one actually performs better and which one is noisier, or what the differences are. So we'll get this going now. I'm going to get this ready. Hold on. Well, I've got it set up. Just right down here. Yeah, it's a mess. Got cables going everywhere. But that's not important. What's important is what I'm sharing with you guys so you can make better decisions about fan purchases. Okay, so unfortunately, when I was plugging in one of the fans into the main socket of this cable has got two sockets, with the primary and the secondary. The fourth pin, the PWM pin, broke off. And yeah, it's as many times as I've used that cable, I'm not surprised it finally happened. The other pin, the secondary, the other socket, the secondary socket, has got the first, second, and fourth pins. So one has a tachometer signal but no PWM. The other one has PWM but no tachometer signal. So I thought, well, I'll try anyways and see what happens. And I just have to remember to use the right one when I'm testing fans that have PM or PWM or don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually hold this down so you guys can hopefully hear the difference. But I will also do it one by one just to make sure. The ring fan started first. I'm going to try to lower it. The ring fan also seems to have a wider or a lower bottom end for the voltage at which it will operate. Although it's not a huge difference, it's just a small difference. Now, I'm just going to hold these. Ah. Okay, so the ringless fan has a slightly higher tone to the fan's wind, I guess you could say. And I would say that it's slightly quieter, but I think the difference is minimal. Blah, blah, blah. Ow! Crap. So I'm going to put these back down, but I'm going to turn them around the other way. So I don't. Okay, that way you can hear it without the wind blowing into the microphone. All right, here we go. Having a problem with this one fan wanting to stay standing because it's strong. All right, I'm just going to have to hold it in place because it just does not want to stay standing. Ready? Let me turn it down. Okay, I'm just going to. That's what that one sounds like at low speed. And then that's what that one sounds like. So let's see which one. I'm going to see which one sounds maybe louder at this speed. Both of them, the bearings are making a significant amount of noise from rubbing. I would say that the ringed one is louder. So let's go ahead and run through the speeds again. Hold on, I'm afraid this thing is going to start falling. So let me adjust this. That was not good. max speed. Not happy about that. All right, sorry. This is a pain in the butt. All right, so these are powerful fans, and I want you to hear each of them one by one. So we'll start with the ringed fan, which is on its lowest speed right now. And, oh no. All right, here we go. So much fun with this one. Are we having a lot of fun? Yeah, so I can hear the rubbing of the bearings. It seems to be better when the fan is pointed up. Worse when the fan is pointed down or to the sides. But honestly, there's not a huge difference. There's a harmonic resonance. Pretty loud and pretty strong, isn't it? All right, let's listen to the ringless one. Okay. This one's a bit quieter. And there we have it. This one's also very loud. Now, are they the same as far as static pressure is concerned? So let's try to find that out. The air is coning a little bit, not too bad. And I would say we're looking at somewhere in the area of 2.5 to 3 millimeters of static pressure for the ringless one. Excuse me. And then for the ringed one, oh, I'm trying the wrong side, not paying attention. About 2 millimeters of static pressure. Oops. Just turn that over. So, of course, there's not a huge difference, but there is a difference. The ringless one, this one, has better static pressure. But so that means if you wanted to use one on a water cooler's radiator, the ringless one would be your choice, the one with the flat arms. And if it didn't matter if it was for like an air cooler or a case, then either of them is fine. This one seems to be a little bit quieter, the ringless one. And we're going to do one more thing. I'm not sure how well this is going to work, but we're going to try a little paper test for the static pressure to see what the difference is. So I'm just going to cover the entire fan, and it's hanging down about 3.5 inches, I guess, maybe 4. We'll get it all the way up to maximum. Hold on a second. I got to get it centered. There we go. That should be pretty good. So that's doing pretty good. Doesn't seem to be quite even. So let me just try to equalize my finger pressure. Ow! Ooh, that really hurt. I'm not bleeding, thankfully. My pinky always seems to try to find ways to get hurt. Okay, so what is that? That's like it's more than 45 degrees. Oh, it's not. There we go. For some reason, it's got more power on this side than on this side. I don't know what's up with that. But it obviously has to do with the direction that the fan is spinning. Ah, that's it. The fan is spinning in this direction, so the air is being pushed off of that concave blade in such a way that the air is pushing up this way and pushing kind of down that way, and that's why it's not even static pressure. So that's an important thing for me to keep in mind. All right, let me try to put this down without hurting myself again, and we'll try the other one. Still stings. All right, let's give this a shot. Jiminy crickets. I'm just an accident waiting to happen. Interesting. So from appearances, this one actually seems to be pushing it up more. Wouldn't you say? And this is the ringed fan. So that's weird. I'm not sure what to make of this. My hand test and my paper test are giving me different understandings of what's going on. So let's try it this way. Ooh. Wow. At this spot right here, there is... Wow, that's weird. There are certain places where the air is definitely going in, and there are other... there are like gaps. Like right here is a gap. And then this is an air... a wind space. And then there's another gap. And a wind space. And another gap. So that is fascinating. All right, so if we look at it from this perspective of trying to find those air pockets, and just, yeah, that's Actually, right there. So that's what, 2.5 to 3. Now we'll go back to this one. And again, there are these gaps. Like right here is like a gap. And then I'm in a zone of wind, and then there is a gap here, another wind zone. So okay, so this one is also 2.5 to 3. So really, they're very, very, very close in terms of the static pressure. And since I only have one of each, I can't tell you like overall which one's going to be noisier, but it seems like the ringed one is a bit noisier. But again, with only one sample of each, there's no way to know for sure. But yeah, this is an unusual opportunity to show you two versions of the same fan and talk about that. And I don't know if that was interesting or useful for you, but definitely these are decent fans. And if you can stand the noise level, then you should be able to enjoy using these fans actually for case, air cooler, and even a water cooler. Although, since the static pressure is only around 2.5 to 3, I would suggest that you not use these for the water cooler radiators any more than the standard fans that come with a lot of water coolers are around the same pressure as this. So if you're trying to increase the performance of your water cooler, I would get something better than these. And there are plenty of fans out there. The vast majority of fans are below this level of these fans. But there are fans out there that are definitely at a higher level of power, and you can certainly find them and use those instead. So now that I have talked your ear off, would you please forgive me and like, subscribe, and share? We'll take a look at the specs now. Okay, so the Evercool Thermal Corporation Limited EC12025 or EC12025H12BP, and this is a $14 fan approximately. CE Underwriter Laboratories and TÜV certifications, made in China, 120 by 25, 50,000 hours of life. Couldn't find warranty information. 125 grams, 7 blades, 105 millimeters between the holes, 2,300 RPMs according to the packaging. Both of them are 2,300 RPMs. 78.4 CFMs. Now I'm just gonna say that these are a 3 for the static. Pressure. The decibels 39, which sounds to be probably about right. 29 centimeter fan cable, no daisy chaining or sleeving unless you use the adapters for the power supply. PWM connectors, dual ball bearings, and that's why the model number has that BP at the end. The B stands for ball bearings. 12 volts, 3.84 watts, 0.32 amps. And it does have indicators for direction of rotation and flow. Turns in a clockwise direction. Has 4 fan bolts and a 2-pin. It's really a 2-wire, 3-pin connector to the MolXD, which is a 2-wire. And it's one of them, again, is 2 separate connectors, one male, one female, and the other one is a combined male-female. And there we go. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Hello, thanks for watching my video, and I need to ask for your help. So my financial situation has become very uncertain with my employer and also with the workers' comp case I have from an injury I had at work last year in 2023. For which I'm currently suing the workers' comp company. I really don't know what's going to happen in the next few months, but if you can find it within your ability without screwing yourself up to help me out, you have 2 options. One of those is to just go to my channel, Glenn's Fast Reviews,
and make a one-time donation there. Or if you would want to do a repeating donation, a monthly donation, you can go to patreon.com slash GLENNMII. That's G as in Glenn, LEN as in Nancy, N as in Nancy, M as in Mary, no, not but I, right? And there are various choices for you to sign up for. If you cannot afford the lowest option that I have put up there, let me know, and I will put in a lower option that can work for other people. Also, I want to say thank you to my very first Patreon, Rudik from Australia, who has been very kind enough to support me, and even said if I can't afford the postage to send the gifts that he has become eligible for, that's okay. I will certainly try to do that anyways, and it means a lot because not only did you choose to financially support me, but you've also been supportive in some comments on some of my videos, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. So, if there are any questions, please put them in the comments, and you here or on Patreon, and I will try to get back to you as quickly as possible. Sometimes I don't see comments right away because of the way YouTube works. And, by the way, thank you to Bleeping Computer, and it's the owner of Bleeping Computer, who goes by the name of Grindler online on his website, for allowing me to use his platform to promote my channel, the PC Expert Amateur, and I appreciate it very much. And if you need help with, say, malware or technical problems with your computer, the Bleeping Computer volunteers are a good bunch of people who have a great deal of knowledge about a lot of different kinds of problems with computers. And with there is a dedicated volunteer malware removal team there. Sorry. And we'll be happy to help you. And you can just go to bleepingcomputer.com and click on the forums. There's also lots of great news about cybersecurity, about hackers and stuff like that.